All right, we are at Car Braggin Rights, and this is day one. Today's just kind of a more relaxed day for us because it's all roll racing, so we're not roll racing, no one's competing in that right now. But last night during the test and tune, Uyghur's ZL1 kind of broke. So actually I'll let Taylor explain what actually happened. I wasn't here for it, but it broke. But they're getting all the parts in, trying to get it fixed. And then it looks like we might go to Darlington today, like this afternoon, which is about an hour away from where we are now, and have the track to ourselves and do a private test and tune. So that might happen, or when they get done roll racing, we might have test and tune here. So we'll see, we'll figure it out. Right now I'm just kind of shooting some B-roll, have the C70, a couple of GoPros, I got a drone, I got the Pocket 3, and I'm all Larry chinned out with the long sleeve shirts and this, and then I'm missing a hat piece too because the sun's brutal right now. The sun's awful right now. So yeah, so we're getting everything dialed in. I know that the ZL1 broke. I don't know how it broke, so we'll just get Taylor to explain what actually happened.
All right, so the first pass with the new setup literally left the suspension completely the same as far as compression, rebound, ride height and whatnot, just to see if it would leave, what it would do, yada yada. Came back after the first pass, it went 20 feet, spun. A few little issues, but nothing crazy. First adjustments we made was lowering the front significantly and then raising the rear probably about a ½ inch, nothing crazy. Car went another about 100 feet, shook the tire, and we found our biggest issue that we've had so far with this whole thing. The studs and the wheel combo wasn't probably the most perfect thing, especially with the wheel shake. Ended up with a failure on the studs, sheared a couple of them off. Car is fine, driver's fine, that's great. He was able to literally just drive it back, Ryan being Ryan. We came back, we have a full team of professionals acquiring parts. We got lug nuts just now from Bert. Ron's on his way to see Nick Williams helping us out to get us some lug studs. Misty procured some wheels from our friends Sharon and Jared. So the plan is we're gonna make a few more suspension changes, throw some studs in here. We got some good shank lug nuts that are appropriate for the wheels we're getting. And we're actually gonna head to Darlington for a little test session, which is about an hour away. Get a few test hits in because today is only roll racing. Can't really do any testing for this car. We want to get it dialed for the big boy stuff tomorrow and Saturday. And after that, we'll see what we can do tonight from 6 to 11, trailer it back. It'll be late, but it'll be worth it. And see what we can do tomorrow. Maybe get some W's.
So what we got here is Ryan Uyghur's ZL1 ended up shearing all the studs off of it during one of his passes. We had to do some quick thinking, get some longer wheel studs out here, and short on lug nuts that we needed, so we ended up having to cut the end of the lug nut off so you can see all the way through it because of the size of the stud. So I wouldn't call it innovation, but we made it work. So the reason why we had to cut those ends off, as you can see on racing applications, the studs are quite longer, usually for strength. And we didn't have a set of open end shank sockets, so we made it work. And we're gonna get this thing out for testing one last time before tomorrow. Everything came down to the wire, new tires, fixed this thing, and avoided sending him back to Oklahoma. And we're living on Starbucks for the rest of the night.
Yeah, maybe. Bert, see if it'll spin. The finish line is near, folks. We've almost got the sucker pulled out. Pause. And we're about to do some damage here at Street Car Braggin Rights. Stay tuned.
All right, it is day 2, and today's the day. This is where we test and tune, which we did kind of last night. Didn't go to Darlington because they opened up the track last night, so that was good. So test and tune today, and then qualifying starts in like 3 hours for the classes that we're all in. Caden's transmission broke yesterday during a roll race, so the guy spent yesterday taking it out, and then Caden went and drove like 2 hours to meet Bo to go pick up a 10-speed. So now they're gonna put 10-speed transmission in there, but there's some issues with that too. So they got about 3 hours to get all of that fixed and situated. But it's here, so that's good. Yeah, and everybody right now this morning's at Test and Tune. So let's go over there, see what's going on.
All right, so you'll see here on the ground, we've got Caden Mowen's 10-speed. The one thing that's the biggest difference with building and having all these spare 10-speeds, you have different generations, Generation 1, Generation 2. They're essentially direct swaps, if you will, but there's some components that need to be changed with these transmissions. So right now you'll see the guys, we're changing the gear selector, the little shift shaft that goes in the trans itself. What we have will not work that comes with the car. We've swapped this car from Gen 1 to Gen 2, Gen 2 to Gen 1. We have all hands on deck. We have guys letting us borrow spares out of their race cars. Jason Leva, shout out to him, told us to grab his trans, drive 5 hours one way just to pick the trans up. Got one of our guys to meet him. So yeah, just throwing this thing in right now. We've probably got 2 hours to get this thing swapped over, thrown in the car, and trying to make some smoke with this thing so we can go round one.
Cars I'm looking out for is this car. We've got Misty's V over here. Made a pretty damn good lick last night. A to B. We're ready to race today. Got that one dialed in. And then we're running the Z06 as well, which for track support, it'll be fairly easy. Excited to see one go down the track, especially with little exhaust modifications, little modifications here and there, and just get a time to base anything off of.
Hi, this is Ryan. We're here with the 6th gen Camaro. Just did our first pass for Index E1. We broke out by a considerable margin, but we made a full pass, which was great. We got a new setup with the 4-link in the rear and did away with the IRS, so we're still trying to figure it out. It's been super hot today, so the track's been really sticky. I mean, greasy, not sticky. We should get another pass here in a little bit. Hopefully it's a lot more sticky and we can put some power down and we'll see what we can do.
Come along, boy, do we have a treat today. Behind me, you'll see a pack of wild Vengeance Racing technicians. Today, their latest prey is the 10090 transmission. Typically, these Vengeance Racing technicians like to feast on Mustangs, Hellcats, the occasional GTR, but today, a 10090 is their latest victim. Let's move in closer as they demolish the carcass up front. Now, you don't want to get too close to these guys because you will, you don't want to get too close to these guys because you will spook them. And they are very fragile, very sensitive creatures. All right, so all jokes aside, we're not gonna make it in Caden's 10-speed Z01 today. Turns out the spare that we had, the valve body that was in it, isn't gonna work. Looking at the time from what we have to swap everything over and to make the street cruise, it's just not gonna happen. So that's part of it, that's racing. You know, sometimes this stuff happens and all we can do is put it in the trailer, put it back together, regroup, retest, and come out here and kick ass next year.
Yeah, I'm running 2 classes. I'm running heavyweight and street car shootout. And then in heavyweight, we did qualifier number 3 this morning, and I had a little mishap. We were in the top 5, but I did not cross the scales to get weighed, so they DQ'd me. But then they put me back in the group, so I'm racing at the bottom of the bracket. So we'll see how that goes today. And then in the street car shootout, we qualified with like an 8.4, which landed us in the second group, the bottom of the fastest group of a 7.9 class. So today we're just shooting at the wind to see what happens. So it's gonna be a fun time.
So we've got Mama Misty here. She absolutely loves the camera. And Misty's gonna tell us her thoughts about going into E1. Some trials, some tribulations with the Cadillac, but it's been all hands on deck. But how are you feeling, Misty?
You will not let me. Nope.
So what she's trying to say is she's super excited. We put a brand new refurbished turbo on the car. Had some issues with that. We're not going to dive into it.
Yeah, we've ingested some rocks in a turbo, and we bent up the couple wheels on the compressor side. So we bent them back and then grinded them down. I'm going to include some photos somewhere. And yeah, we're going to run it again. Hopefully if it blows up, it catches everything into the intercooler. And keep on going. Can't source one nearby. Nobody else has a 6870. We've announced it. We've called people. We're going to race though. I'll tell you that much.
But Misty's ready to kick ass. She said it's open season right now. She's hunting everybody. So whoever we're no mercy. Whoever she's paired up with, I feel bad for them. So any final thoughts, Misty? That's what I thought. Yep. So we'll see y'all later. Appreciate y'all.
It's gotten a lot better. Track was kind of sloppy the first couple of qualifying passes, but last night I laid down a good run, personal best of 8:49, so very happy. Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, try to improve on last night's run. With the weather, it's always hard to predict, but so far so good.
We were going to source a valve body for the Gen 2 transmission that we acquired for the Gen 1 10-speed that we have. So we're doing some Frankenstein stuff, swapping a couple sensors over. Right now we're trying to swap out the shift arm. We'll make that work. But essentially, we're back in it. We just got to slam the valve body in it carefully and then put the transmission back in the car also carefully. And then make sure it does the things. Make sure it does the things. Yeah, that's about all my knowledge about what's going on right now. In other news.
Been good. Drove about 4 hours to go get a valve body for Caden's transmission, and then got back, drove about another 45 minutes to get some towels, and now I'm just trying to make everything look good. But yeah.
Are you having fun?
When I'm here, yeah. When I'm on the road, no. Because pretty much every single area around here looks the exact same. So 30-minute drive feels like an hour. There's nothing to look at. But when I'm here, it's nice.
So we're reporting live from the pits at Street Car Braggin Rights 2025. I think this is my 20th update on this car. Is running, it's not running, who knows at this point, but we have a transmission in, we have a drive shaft in, valve body, the whole enchilada. So we're gonna light this we're gonna light this thing off here in a minute, and maybe we can get this thing back on the track, so stay tuned. So, day 47, Streetcar Braggin Rights. It's eliminations. So we have a fair amount of the cars have made it in the field. A couple of them we battled through some issues and just didn't quite make the cut. I believe it was a 9:10 average to make the field in the streetcar shootout. So working through some trials and tribulations, but nonetheless, we're excited. We're going to try to put some cars through some rounds and see if we can't have another late night and end up in a winner's circle somewhere. So who's to say? We don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Go good. We can get the track good. I think the car go down. Keep making minor adjustments, and we'll get there. We're getting there. Definitely making progress. We'll definitely try to push it a little bit harder. We still need a few numbers for sure. 64 qualified. I don't know exactly, blind qualifying, don't know exactly where we're at, but probably toward the bottom of that 64 if we're in it. So we definitely need a few more numbers today.
We're out in the staging lanes. It's kind of shit show, lining up everything. She got to the line. We had to shut down the car. We had to get back in the car, and she left it in burnout mode. It hooked, it left, but it didn't shift out of first. So we didn't get very good data, but after doing whatever we did to the turbo and bending the fins and sanding things down and smoothing out some really destroyed turbo, impeller, whatever, it's leaving on 14 pounds of boost now instead of 8 pounds of boost. So we did something. Something works now. And had a couple guys look at it, look at the file, and I think we woke this car up a little bit better now. Now I'm just going through, making sure everything's tight, things are clear. So I want to be standing in a winner's circle, all right? Came this far, we're going this far. I'm excited. Seems like a lot, but Derek's been leaving on 15. Everybody else has been leaving on other higher boost, but this is also on a 30. It's a bigger tire, so it'll hook out there. It left on 14 pounds of boost, hooked with shitty track conditions. Now it's gonna be cooler. Hopefully it's gonna be better, like getting up there. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. Misty got back to here to the freaking staging lanes, and I was like, did I leave the CO2 bottle off? Did I unplug something underneath the trans? It didn't shift between 1 to 2. I'm fired, dude. I'm so fired. She pulled in and she was like, I left it in burnout mode. I was like, but it's all right. It happens. We had a buy run. We're good.
All right, so we threw a little bit more boost at it. Got a good track, good weather, put a little bit more on the starting line than we ever have, and winded up shearing the teeth off the ring gear at the top of first. So the other car actually broke before the tree even dropped. So we won that round by default, basically. We're the lesser of the two losers, and my team's jumping on it. I got a customer here with the same 9-inch rear. We're going to try to swap center sections before the next round, and if we can get her back out there and go another round, we'll soften it up a little bit and see what happens.
There's 3 things in life that's guaranteed: death, taxes, and vengeance racing don't quit. Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Amazing event. Hats off to Nate and his crew, first of all, for really giving the racers the attention and putting his best foot forward to provide the best venue and best event you can. The amount of cars here, the caliber of cars here, it's off the charts. You know, they got 50 stick racers out there, and a dozen of them are running 6-second ETs. Very, very cool to be here and be a part of this and be the presenting sponsor for Braggin Rights. We've been here since Wednesday, got here for a test session early. We came up with, I think, 7 or 8 customers we were supporting. As of right now, everybody's out as far as class wins go, except for Misty. She's in heavyweight. She's about to go into second round of elims. Got good chance. We're looking forward to her having some fun. I always tell my customers, my racers, my staff, you know, winning a class is, to me, is luck. My definition of a win is going a little faster than you've ever been and driving it back in the trailer in one piece. And I'm very happy to report that, per the Vengeance norm, everybody's driving in the trailers in one piece. To be determined. We still got a little bit, you know, we got a little risk with Misty out there, but we had a lot of personal bests this weekend. We had a lot of really fast passes. Cars performed flawlessly. My team, I can't say enough about the people that come out here and dedicate 24/7 support to Vengeance Racing and the people that count on us to deliver. The amount of work these guys have done, pulling transmissions, replacing wheel studs, procuring parts that you can't get last minute, traveling. It's been pretty off the charts, man. These guys have worked tirelessly in the heat, and they're still at the starting line, jumping up and down when somebody has a good A to B pass. So it's been an absolutely great experience. We're going to go out here and see what Misty does in heavyweight. We got a couple more rounds. Either way, if we get to drive it in the trailer, she's already been as fast as she's ever been, and the car's running great. So good on her. So if you haven't been to Braggin Rights, you haven't checked out Nate and Street Car Braggin Rights, I highly suggest you do it. This is by far one of the most intense and most racer-focused events you'll ever attend. He really goes out of his way to put on one hell of a show, and it shows. So thanks to all of you who support Vengeance Racing, follow us, and hope we put on a good show for you and you enjoyed what you saw out here from us.
So we just got back from our second elimination.
Second round elimination.
Second round elimination.
With the W.
With the W. Put a differential in this car in 66 minutes. Took one out of a donor car, slapped one in, went straight down Broadway. So now we're going into the semifinals. So it's up to the driver. She's killing it on the tree. She's doing her job. So it's up to fate now. All right, so we have just passed 2 o'clock in the morning. Misty's car broke straight off the hit. We believe it's transmission. We've never leaned on this car as hard as we have tonight. Pretty sure it went a PB earlier. I think it was like 848, but it was a high 840. Car's flying. We're entering that threshold of new fast, if you will, for the car. But yeah, I mean, we're headed back. It wasn't from lack of effort. Everybody's in great spirits. I mean, this team came together. This team kicked ass. This team proved who we were. When God built this team, he forgot to put the quit in us. So yeah, we're going up, you know, putting the car in the trailer. We're happy. Everybody's happy. Spirits are high. And we'll see y'all next year.